deposit money at the bank. Now, do you expect to see that on the bank statement?
Yes.
Yeah, because of the technology. But sometimes you deposit a check. How many days does a check take, like to clear? Normally it's what?
6 days.
6 days. It depends. It can be 7 days. It can be 3 days if you want that special clearance. But it comes with charges. Okay? So sometimes we deposit something and doesn't reflect on what? On the bank statement. Now, let me think about this thing. For example, sometimes as customers, remember you have got your own customers. Your customers is what you do at Varsity College. You do what you call what? Direct deposit. I think you've done it before. Direct deposit. They don't want you to bring cash here. If you bring 10,000, they will tell you to go to what? To the bank. So you're going to do what? Direct deposit. Can you see?
Yeah.
So now, at the end of the day, it means a direct deposit will appear on the bank statement. Let's say you use EFT. It will appear on the bank statement. But normally, customers don't tell you that they are going to deposit. They can only bring what? Deposit what?
Yeah.
Slip. So meaning for time being, the amount is appearing on the bank statement, but not yet in our books. Does that make sense? A direct deposit means that money is on the bank statement, but not yet. For example, we have got how much? 600 shares. You paid me 600 via the bank. I don't know about it. When I receive bank statement, it means I need to come and record how much in my books. 600. So in a nutshell, adjusting differences are the amounts which are appearing on the bank statement, but not yet in my books. Please write this down. I'm just summarizing for now. I'll repeat what I said. Remember, bank statement looks like this. Or do you want me to organize a trip to the bank so that you can see how does it look like? It's not far, we can walk. Let me see. So, for example, as I said, you pay Varsity College how much? 600? Are you running a business, my brother? I wonder whether it's legal or illegal. Now, check here. You see how much? 600 from Jones. Now we've got the bank statement. It means this 600 must appear in our books. So that is called what? That's true. But can you explain adjusting difference for me? Just explain it to me again. It's an amount that is appearing on where? Bank statement, not yet in our books. But we need to be very specific about the book. The book will be, you know why do I say CBR? Because I'm receiving this money. I got it. If I was paying, it will be something else.
Wait, so how come here it says CRJ and CPJ?
No, don't worry. You know the old way of doing it. CRJ is the same as CBR. Okay, just like CBR next to it. Just like CBR there, I think I forgot to change it. Does that make sense? CBR is the same as CR. Is there a copy there? CPJ is the same as CBP. Are you okay? So I can say we understand the direct deposit. Remember, I'm talking about what? Adjusting. They appear on that, not yet in our books, which are two books, CBR and CBP. And let me talk about the other one that we can relate. I think you have seen this before. Debit orders, you know?
Yes.
Think about people who are working. You know, some people they always try to avoid debit orders. You know, if they are going to get their salary before 12 midnight, they're next to the machine, the ATM. When the salary gets, they withdraw immediately. But they don't know. I don't do that. For me, money is not an issue. I don't do that. Let me tell you something. So, they don't know that if the debit order bounces, you know that they charge you or not? they can charge you 150 rand for one debit order which has bounced. Just imagine if you've got 10 debit orders and they all bounce. 150 times 10, 1,500. Sure. Your bank balance is going to be a negative one because of that. That's why you must check your debts. Don't have more debts. Try to minimize. So debit orders, again, they are reflected on what? The bank doesn't call you and say we are debiting you. You just see Eskom took 7,000, for example. So when you have the bank statement, you realize that, okay, we paid Eskom. So that's why we call it what? Adjusting is something that comes to the CBRO. So what will I put here? CBR or CBP? Because you are paying. Can you see now? Remember, I'm focusing on what? The adjusting differences for now. So it's because I see it on the bank statement. Remember, what I see here must also be seen in my books. So if I'm seeing it for the first time here, it means I'm going to record it for the first time. Yeah. I'm doing those reconciliations now between the books. This is easy. You will see. But today I'm just talking about it. Don't want to talk about it. Let's talk. Now, think about it. I think you've seen this before. Yeah. You know, whenever you do transactions, they charge you what? A fee. You check a balance, be careful. They charge you a fee. I remember in those days, few people had bank account. You know, coming from a family where they gave you a bank account, you've got a bank card. You want to show us that you've got a bank account. You just go and check the balance. You didn't know that they were charging you this. When you check tomorrow, you've got negative 5 rands. So, bank charges again, where do I see them? Here. Bank statement. Meaning they are falling under what? Where must I record them? Between the two things. Because you are paying them. Easy, as you can see. Service fees, yes. ATM fees, checkbook fees. Remember in those days when you had a checkbook? I used to have one, I'm telling you, working at the mall like a man. But nowadays they'll laugh at you. Checkbook. You use cell phone banking nowadays. Okay. Now, do you understand this one? This one. Yes. The other one. Stop orders. I think it explains itself. You stop and you order. Is it true? No. Explain it. What is the difference between the stop order and the debit order?
Stop order is
receipts.
Both I'm paying.
Both you're paying?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, you are all, okay, both, né? You are paying, but the arrangement is different. Can you see, with the debit order, né? I can talk to you now and say, after 10 minutes, I'm going to debit 500 from your account. It's between you and me now. I'm telling you, after 5 minutes, you'll see money going out. But this one, I need to go to the bank, inside the bank, and tell them that they must pay you this amount of money for a certain period. You get the difference? This one, you don't need a bank. It's between two parties like you and me. But this one, you go inside the bank and sign some papers and tell them to pay someone. Which one is safer? The stop order. Because it's for a certain period. This one, I'm telling you, if you're not careful, I can debit your account even if you don't owe me anymore. You must check your bank account, I'm telling you. So this one, anyone can. That's why sometimes these insurance companies, when they call you, they say, we are selling a policy to you. You say, I don't want it. But if you check your bank statement at the end of the month, they took something. That's how you go and reverse. Luckily nowadays we've got this thing of notifications, okay? Yeah. Unlike in those days, I'm telling you, after 7 months, they've been debiting 100 rand for 7 months. So luckily nowadays we've got these systems. Now, where can I record this? Thank you very much. We're on fire, I'm telling you, step by step. I'm telling you, these things are very useful. You will see by the time when we start recording, this will guide us. Okay? So you will see everything is going to be easy. Any questions so far? Now, You know, sometimes they charge you interest on your bank account. Let me call it interest on bank.
So that's a cash put receipt then.
Overdraft. Let me talk about the overdraft. Remember, overdraft means you owe the bank, they charge you interest. You know, sometimes you can have a negative 1,000 rand. Yes, it's possible for you to have a negative. Or you can arrange for bank overdraft. You know, maybe one day your friend said, hey, let me show you some magic. That is not a magic. You know, sometimes friends play with you and say, okay, let me show you my balance. My balance is 0.00. You can see that he has got nothing in the bank. And he says to you, man, let me, don't be jealous, I'm just showing you. And he said, let me show you that I can withdraw money even though I've got 0.00. And he put the card there. He withdraw 1,000. You say, that guy is the man, he makes some magic. That is not the magic. He arranges for what? Bank overdraft. You owe the bank, it's like you have got a loan which you must pay to the bank. But you can only arrange with the bank for this one. Does that make sense? So, but the bank cannot just give you for free. They charge you what?
Interest.
Where can I record?
Cash put receipt.
Payment, yes. Does that make sense? Yes, you can arrange. I'm telling you, they check your salary, they say, okay, you are earning 5,000. Okay, we can give you an overdraft of 2,000. Instead of going to your friend and asking for 500, I will pay you at the end of the month. At least you go to your own bank and you get the money there.
Can still charge you interest?
Yeah, they charge you interest. Unfortunately. Yes. But sometimes when it comes to us guys, people are not the same. For us, sometimes they charge interest, but that interest comes to us. If you've got more money in the bank, they give you what? Interest. So we've got another interest called interest on favorable bank balance. It means you've got 50,000 in the bank, and then they just give you interest of 5 rand. So what will I record it? That's true. I know about a guy who won lottery. He was an old man. He won lottery, I think, around 2010. He was like, he didn't have family according to him. So that money, he didn't invest the money, just left the money in the savings account. I knew because my friend was working for FM. So every day he got interest in his account. I think he won something like 10 million there. They said he only withdraw 50 rand to bet for lottery again. He's an old man.
The Popeye.
Can you see? So even if the money was not invested, he still got what? In the money. Sometimes you must leave your money in the bank, let's say for a month, 1,000 rand. They'll give you 2 cents, I'm telling you. Yes, yeah, the interest is very low nowadays. Yeah, that 2 cents, it means it's on your favorable bank balance.
Isn't it Nedbank who started this whole 30,000 rand when you get like 7.5% like interest or something?
Yeah, no, banks they're like cell phone companies, they're in a competition. Yeah, so at the end of the day, you need to check. But nowadays interest is very low, guys, unless you've got a lot of money. So if you invest 10,000, let's say 1,000, what do you expect as an interest? Because now they say it's 4.5 maybe. You leave it for 7 years, then that you get 7.5. How can I wait for 7 years for my money to grow?
Yeah.
Can you see? So nowadays interests are very low. As you can see, our rent is like, I don't know. Yeah. Hey man, we don't want to be famous, my man. Yeah. So you're taking a selfie there. Okay, that's nice. Maybe she doesn't believe that we're in class. I understand. I understand, my man. I understand. Yeah. Okay, so far so good.
Yeah.
Now, let me explain what the timing. Guys, I will add more when we start recording, okay? Yeah. Now, yes, can you please leave him alone? Now, I think we all claim to understand this. Me inclusive, I know. No one is perfect. But what about the timing difference? Do you still remember the definition of adjusting differences? Tell me. They appear
In the bank statement.
not in. This is the opposite. What is the timing difference? They appear in,
The journals,
but not on the. So the first one we call them outstanding deposits. Outstanding deposit means we have got the cash we received in the what? CBR. Remember, if you receive cash, we record under what? CBR. But that cash has been deposited into the bank. Okay? But the bank is not yet reflecting it on the bank. So that's why you call it what? The amount of money deposited, but not yet on the bank statement. Please just write in brackets here. Not yet on the bank statement. It will help us. I think it normally happens, especially with the checks. You deposit a check, they say it will take 7 days to clear. For time being, that money is what? But we are going to record this in what we call bank reconciliation. But I'll show you how to do that, don't worry. At the moment, some of you don't know how does it look like, okay? But for now, just know that all the outstanding deposits will go to what? Please don't confuse the outstanding deposit and what? Please don't confuse the two. Still, sometimes we've got outstanding checks, meaning checks which we paid, they are appearing under what? CPP, but they are not yet reflected on what? Bank statement. Still, we go to what? You will see what we need to come out. So we need to understand these basics. But it's just theory now. You think like, no, we don't understand. But the reason why I'm explaining like this is because sometimes for theory, you know that they combine theory and the practical. Sometimes they ask you questions based on these things. And you cannot memorize this, you must just know it. You knew it didn't work for you to memorize 131. Our first semester, did you memorize? If you memorized, it was a very difficult semester for you. Because you were not yourself. So any question about this, guys? Because now I want to explain something else. But I'll take an exercise. Don't matter, I'll take an exercise. Can I erase here? Okay. Did they decide not to come back or what? Please, share with me. I won't judge them. Where are they?
I don't know.
Or is it the first day?
That's the first day.
Come on. Still going to the movies even at this time.